Wesley. She told me about the project that she was working on at NAMI, which is the National Alliance of Mental Illness. Brenda is the director and the author of pieces.
When we think of mental illness, we put labels on people. People living with schizophrenia, what do we call them? We call them schizophrenic.
I truly believe that the arts is a way to open up people's hearts and minds to issues that probably they would not otherwise want to talk about.
At the beginning of working with pieces, Brenda assigned me to ADHD. She came to me later on, maybe months later, and said, "I think you'll fit the role for schizophrenia." When I'm on stage and acting out this role of schizophrenia, because I've witnessed it, and I witnessed it through a family member, and the challenge. I mean, it's like I said, it's also a great opportunity to even have the role, but I go to that place where I feel like I have connected with my brother. How do I accept this diagnosis, this disease? I will fight. I will fight with everything I've got. Because I have to see past this illness to see the light within me. And like I said,
you love to eat. For real, eat. How you eat the refrigerator out and say you still hungry?
Look at that, smooth. Smoother than a baby's bottom.
I like that.
One night, I was at the show Pieces, performing Pieces in Baraboo. I got a call from the Milwaukee Police Department that they had my brother in custody. They had to come to the house, put my brother in cuffs, and they put him in the back seat because he believed that he was the reincarnation of Egyptian goddess, and he tried to get in contact with the president, Barack Obama. He had been calling all sorts of agency numbers and things like that, and he ended up calling 911 to tell them that he was this higher power and they needed to give him back his belongings, and the person who had his belongings was the president, and it was supposed to be some treasures and some scrolls, things like that. And from there, they took him to the mental health hospital. And while he was there, they did the evaluations, and it came about that he was suffering with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, which I believe they call it schizoaffective disorder.
How is that to get up every day and say to yourself, I'm going to be judged by my illness, but not in a positive way, but in a negative way?
For the longest time, I wanted to block it out. Pretend like it was all gonna be okay, he was gonna be fine. Just a phase. Excuse me. It was more than that, as we know. It was bigger than me. I felt like more could have been done and should have been done.
Night of rehearsal, we were rehearsing for the production of Pieces that we were going to be doing it. I can't remember the venue that we were going to be at, but Troney called me earlier that day and said, Miss Brenda, my brother took his own life this morning. And lo and behold, when rehearsal started, Troney showed up at the door. And he started crying, and we all started crying. And I said, Troney, I said, you know, you can stay here. Just, you know, we've got to go into rehearsal, but just sit and just, you know, we're here for you. And Troney said, I'm not here to sit. I'm here to rehearse. And so now Troney has used this production as a way to celebrate his brother's life, as a way to say that he did take his own life, but it wasn't because he was weak. It was because of the illness.
So you see, I can get better with your help. Would you help me erase the labels? Would you do that? Before every performance, I always make sure I pray and ask God to give me strength. Because I know without him, I wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, there are times where I feel like just falling. But then that's when I feel his presence, and I stay on my feet, and I get through, because I know, like I said, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me, and there's a message that needs to get delivered, and through it, someone's gonna get help. Someone's gonna get better, recover. But the only way I feel like I'm able to sit here and talk about it now is because he told me, I heard his voice clear as day. The day he passed away, where he said, I'm okay. It was like he was in the room with me. It's like he touched my shoulder and he said, I'm okay. So, me doing what I'm doing with Nami, sitting here with you guys right now, I know it's just his way of continuing to like preach to people, to try to help people, let them know that someone with an illness like a mental illness, they're human, they have feelings, they should be accepted.